Good morning. In today's class, we will derive equation of continuity for Cartesian as well as cylindrical coordinate. So first question arise, what is equation of continuity? So equation of continuity tell us that the mass is conserved. So this equation is developed by writing a mass balance over a volume element delta x, delta y, delta z fixed in space through which a fluid is flowing. Then the rate of increase of mass will be equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out because the mass is conserved. So to drive the equation of continuity, let us consider we have a controlled volume which has a volume of delta x into delta y into delta z. So the height, this height, width and length of the controlled volume is delta z, delta y and delta x. Let rho be the density of fluid and Vx, Vy and Vz be the velocity component in x, y and z direction respectively. The mass of fluid entering at x and mass of fluid leaving at x plus delta x are shown in figure. So this is delta z, this one is delta x and this height is delta z. So here velocity is Vx, here velocity is Vx, x plus delta x. Similarly, the other value are given in this diagram. Now, if we apply mass balance on this controlled volume, then rate of mass in at surface x is rho Vx delta y delta z. This rho Vx, so rate of mass in at x, it means at this phase. So at this phase the this is rho Vx. Rho, unit of rho is kg per meter cube and unit of velocity is meter per second, and if we multiply it by its surface area, so this one is cross sectional area, so cross sectional area will be equal to delta y multiply by delta z. So this will give cross sectional area. So if we multiply this term by its cross sectional area, this will give mass flow rate because its unit is kg per meter cube into meter per second into meter square. So this meter cube will be cancelled out and finally we have kg per second. So this is equivalent to mass flow rate. Similarly, we can get mass flow rate out from the controlled volume at x plus delta x. So rate of mass out at surface x plus delta x will be equal to rho v x plus delta x into delta y into delta z, and rate of accumulation of mass is del rho by del t, and if we multiply it by volume then we get rate of change of mass per unit time, because unit of rho is kg per meter cube and its volume, its unit is meter cube, so meter cube will be cancelled out and final value will be equal to kg per second. So this is rate of mass accumulation, kg per second. Similarly, we can write expression for mass entering and leaving in y and z direction. Like this, we derived for x direction. Similarly, we can write equation for rate of mass in and out at y and z direction. And after that, substituting all these expression into mass balance equation, that is rate of mass accumulation equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out, and dividing both side by delta x, delta y, delta z, finally we get this equation. So this is x component, rate of mass in minus rate of mass out, this is y component, and this one is rate z component, and this one is rate of mass accumulation. So if we take limit as delta x, delta y, delta z approaches 0, we obtain the equation of continuity or conservation of mass for a pure fluid. So after taking limit, this equation will convert into its differential form, and we get this equation. So this is called equation of continuity. And the vector notation on the right side come from the fact that V is a vector. This equation tells us how density changes with time at a fixed point resulting from the changes in mass velocity vector rho v. So if we open this differential equation, uh, this is equal to differentiation of product of two variables. So if we solve this differential equation, finally we get this equation: differentiation of first function, second function as it is, differentiation of second function, first function as it is, and separating out common terms. These are row terms and this one is remaining terms. Then finally we will get this equation. Now if we take these terms in one side, these two terms in one side, and this common row term in right hand side, then finally we get this second equation. And if we write all these factor as del by del t, then this will be equal to d by dt rho equal to this right hand side. So this is called equation of continuity. Now if the density of fluid is constant, so this is final equation of continuity. Now if we have constant density, then if density is constant, then this term will be equal to 0. And if we divide this entire equation by rho, because rho is constant, so we can divide this, then finally we will left with del vx by del x plus del vy by del y plus del vz by del z equal to 0. So this is equation of continuity for constant density. Similarly, equation of continuity at steady state. So if we take this equation, so at steady state this rho by rho t will be equal to 0. So the equation of continuity uh, for steady state condition will be this one, the remaining terms. So this was equation of continuity for Cartesian coordinate. Similarly, we can develop equation of continuity in cylindrical coordinate. So let us consider we have a cylindrical passage in which fluid is flowing, which has a radius of r, and this vertical axis is z axis, this one is radial, and theta is angular axis. So if we zoom out this section, so let us consider we have a controlled volume which is at a distance of r from the center, and the thickness of controlled volume is dr, and the height is dz, and it make a angle equal to theta. So this if we calculate this distance, this distance of arc will be equal to r into d theta, because the angle is d theta and this radius is r. So r d theta will be the length of this arc. So this length will be equal to r d theta. Its height is dz. So this area will be equal to this area. This area will be equal to its height into width. Height is dz, and this width is r d theta. So r d theta dz will be the area, and if we multiply it by rho v, then we will get the mass flow rate. Rho is kg per meter cube and VR velocity is meter per second, and we are multiplying it by area, then meter cube will be cancelled out and we will left with kg per second. So this is mass flow rate at the entrance. Similarly, we can calculate mass flow rate at the exit. So at exit, this arc will be equal to, because this arc uh, equal to radius into angle, so angle is d theta. Now radius is r is this radius and its thickness is dr, so here radius will be equal to r plus d theta. So r plus d theta into d theta will be the length of this arc. Similarly, height is dz, so area will be equal to r plus d theta, r plus dr d theta into dz. So r plus dr d theta dz will be the area. Similarly, if the rate of change of density along the radius will be equal to del rho by del r, and its total thickness is dr, so total change in density will be equal to del by del r into dr. So this is change in density, and original density at r was rho, so the density at the exit will be equal to rho plus the change is del rho by del r into dr. So this is density at the exit, rho plus del rho by del r into dr. Similarly, velocity at the entrance is vr, and rate of change of velocity is del vr by del r. So if we multiply it by its distance dr, then it will give value of total change in velocity. So the final velocity at the exit surface will be equal to initial velocity vr plus change in velocity. That change in velocity is del vr upon del r into distance dr. So vr plus del vr upon del r into dr will be the velocity at the exit point. So this is density, this one is velocity, and this one is area. So if we multiply these three terms, we will get mass flow rate at the exit. Similarly, we can calculate mass flow rate at the entrance and exit on the remaining surface. So if we apply equation of continuity on this control volume, then rate of increase of mass will be equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out. So rate of mass input in r direction will be equal to rho vr r d theta dz, which I already explained you. Similarly, rate of mass out in r direction will be equal to this one. Now net rate of mass transfer in r direction will be equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out. So this one is rate of mass in and this one is rate of mass out. So net rate of mass transfer in r direction will be equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out. So if we open these brackets in right hand side, then we get this equation. Now we can neglect term containing square term like dr square, because square term or higher order term, because their value are very small as compared to other terms present in the equation, so they can be neglected. So if we neglect this dr square term in this equation, then finally we get this equation. Now again open this bracket or simplify this equation, then you will get this equation. Again here we have this dr square term, so replace this square term by 0 because their value is very negligible. We get this equation. Now if we further simplify this equation, then these two terms will be cancelled out because the one term is positive, another term is negative, and finally we left with these three terms. Now if we combine these two equations, del VR um, by these two terms, if we combine these two terms, because they have r dr d theta dz as a common term, so we get this equation. Now this rho del vr by del r plus vr del rho by del r can be written as this del rho vr upon del r. It's if we differentiate this equation, we will get this value. So we can write above equation in this form. Now this is that was mass balance in r direction. Similarly we can make mass balance in theta and z direction, like here mass balance in theta direction. So rate of mass input in theta direction will be equal to rho v theta dr dz. In theta direction, as you can see in this diagram, in theta direction means in on this surface, this one is entrance and this one will be exit. So here area will be equal to, this length is dr and this height is dz, so area will be equal to dr into dz. So rate of mass input in theta direction will be equal to rho v theta dr dz. Rho kg per meter cube into velocity meter per second and area is meter square. So finally kg per second, that is mass flow rate. Similarly rate of mass input in output, this is output. Rate of mass output in theta direction will be equal to this one, because rho is density and rate of change of density will be equal to del rho by r del theta, and total distance is r d theta. As you can see here, total distance is r d theta, r d theta. So rate of change of density multiply by total distance, then you will get total change in density. So it will give total change in density plus velocity. This was or we can say this case, this was rate of change of density plus initial density is rho, that will give density at the exit point. Similarly this will give velocity at the exit point. So this is rate of mass out in theta direction. So net rate of mass transfer in theta direction will be equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out. So again if you simplify this equation or open the bracket, you will get this equation. Again these two terms will be cancelled out and you will left with these two equations, in which take r d theta d r dz as common terms, and these equations can be written as in this form: del by r del theta rho v theta. So if you open this differentiation equation, you will get this value. So you can write above equation in this form. So this is mass balance in theta direction. Similarly you can write mass balance in z direction. So rate of mass in z direction, again if you go uh, here, again if you can see in z direction means in top and bottom surface. So here area is this length is r d theta and this length is dr. So surface area will be equal to r dr d theta. R dr d theta will be the surface area. So r dr d theta into rho vz. So this will give rate of mass input in z direction. Similarly, rate of mass output in z direction will be rho plus increase in density or change in density del rho by del z multiply by total distance dz. Similarly, the velocity at the exit point. So this will give rate of mass output in z direction. Now the net rate of mass transfer in z direction will be equal to rate of mass in minus rate of mass out. And if you open this bracket and put second order or higher order term equal to 0, then you will get this equation. Again these two terms will be cancelled out and you will left with these two equations. So take r dr d theta dz as common term, and finally this can be written as del y del z rho vz. So this will be mass balance in z direction. So we have calculated mass balance in x, y and z direction. So to get the net mass transfer, we have to add up all these mass transfer along the x, y and z direction, r theta and z direction. So total rate of mass accumulation in r theta and z direction will be summation of net mass in r theta and z direction. Also the rate of mass accumulation will be equal to del rho by del t multiply by volume, because this rho is kg per meter cube. So if we multiply it by volume, then meter cube will be cancelled out and we will left with kg per second. So it will give us the value of mass accumulation. If we put if we equate these two equations, then we will get this equation. And if we divide both side by r dr d theta dz, then we get this equation. So this is equation of continuity in cylindrical coordinate at steady state. So at steady state the accumulation term will be 0. So this del rho by del t will be 0 for steady state condition, and equation of continuity for steady state condition will be reduced to in this form. Similarly, we can calculate equation of continuity in spherical coordinate. So this is final equation of continuity in spherical coordinate. Now in summary, these are equation of continuity in Cartesian coordinate and equation of continuity in cylindrical coordinate, equation of continuity in spherical coordinate. So this is end of today class. Thank you.